Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rogue Week. Yes. It's the start of Rogue Week, and we always do it with the yearbook. We are the yearbook committee, and us as well as the patrons. We're gonna be the final. Like we get the biggest vote.
They get to put up nominees.
Yeah, they're the tiebreaker as well.
We're the academy. We're the ones who choose.
Yeah, we give them like a pool, and then they vote in that pool. And sometimes there's not even a pool; they just have to vote for what we want them to vote for.
Yeah, we kind of also pick the nominees, so it's not.
And then they only come in when we need a tiebreaker, which does happen sometimes. We sometimes do a three-way split. Yeah. All right, so let's just have some fun doing this.
If we get a perfect tie, we quit, right?
Yes, that's and the craziest thing, is that it actually there is one where there's a perfect three-way tie for first place. It was like it's beautiful. So I mean, it might have changed since I made these slides. Okay. So we'll see when we get there. But our first category we have is the best moneymaker. This is the card that is just the best at making money. We have Faustian Bargain, Easy Mark, and Scrimshaw Charm. We voted for Faustian Bargain, and Travis voted for Scrimshaw Charm. You did say you wanted us to actually say what the votes are, so I will each time we do it. But Travis, why don't you start with Scrimshaw Charm?
Scrimshaw Charm is Faustian Bargain every turn.
Incorrect.
Well, it actually is one less than it.
That is the opportunity cost.
Yeah.
But it is every turn.
I'm just being pedantic. I hate when people do that, so I'm just trying it out a little bit.
It is technically worse than that is one more curse token and one less money, but
I think it's very good. It was on our list of cards that we thought in the yearbook that we were going to be sick of, and I think it is I'm glad you don't play Rogue more, because we probably would include it every time.
Almost every time, yeah.
The thing that stops me from doing it is because we'll see later on in this list in our list video. Yeah,
there's so many cool Rogue accessories.
Yeah, and I'm just
that's not an object. It just costs you 2 trauma.
It's true. That is true. You can just grab the.
Yeah, I think Faustian Bargain being able to be is your deck's economy working? No. Cool, it is now.
That is true. That is a really good point for it.
It's huge.
It does offer a little bit of variance elimination, yes.
Yeah.
But you guys wouldn't bring decks that didn't have good economy, right?
Every time, baby.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't.
I'm like, how do I include these cool cards in my deck?
Yeah.
You trim economy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to, honestly. When I'm building a deck, I'm I just don't even think about the cards that go into my deck past until I've got the 4 economy resource.
Yeah, you just put those easy ones in. Yeah. No,
I can't really think about it.
Yeah, I think Easy Mark is good, but
it's not. Yeah, I think it's below. I mean, I'll play Easy Mark more than Scrimshaw Charm just because. I mean, I don't even play Faustian Bargain much for my economy anymore, but that's just my style, right? But I still think it is for me the best of the 3.
Yeah, the opportunity cost on Easy Mark is super low, and if there's parts of your deck that you're not happy with, man, sure would be a lot better if they just.
It is. It's very easy. Yeah, to just that. Take that 2 trauma 2 and just start with 3 Easy Marks in your deck is also a pretty nice way to start too.
Yeah, I played a Scrimshaw Charm once, and it's a drug.
Yeah. Yeah. But Faustian Bargain, Bryn and I get through for that one. Give me that.
Very fair.
That was so cool. Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
That was kind of tricky with it. All right. Next up, we got Best Firearms. We have the Mauser C96 Level 2 specifically. We have the Chicago Typewriter and the 25 Automatic Level 2 specifically.
What is best?
It's your own definition.
Yeah, Travis loves these ones because my definition is going to be different than his.
Yeah. Could be best design, best performing, best at killing a gug.
Best at shooting when you're playing exactly Preston.
Piper's really good at killing tactical monsters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good at a lot of things. Even if you're just playing it for +2 and 3 damage, 4 shots, that's pretty okay.
Yep. And Rogue has a lot of good...
Yeah, a lot of good ways to get bullets back in the gun.
I think I'm gonna do this one. Whoa.
That don't matter, does it?
All right, we voted, Travis and I voted the 25 automatic, Bryn the Mauser I'll let you start, Bryn.
So I think the Mauser is a gun that every blue character would play if they had access to. Like, this would always be the choice.
Yeah.
If they could do it. Only Leo can do it, really. And he's bad. His hands turn into trees. It's not great. It's not great. But like, I think this gun is just like in terms of raw efficiency, assuming you have a punch number that is 3 or bigger.
Yeah.
We're just doing a lot. Like, we got a lot of words on this.
Yeah. No, definitely. To me, it was between the Mauser and the 25. What pushed the 25 over for me is I feel like it pays off the Rogue class just like better as a whole. Like, and I think there's a lot, especially now with Dirty Fighting too, right? Like, there's a lot of synergy that comes with it. And that's what kind of pushed it above for me, because I feel like I play both these guns a bunch because they give +2, which is really important. But I feel like 25 automatic just has like a higher ceiling in terms of what you could do with other weird rogue stuff.
Yeah, I think the 25 automatic is a better design. Like, the Mauser's a stronger weapon overall. But also, like, it's one of those cards that is... I would like to see more designs like the 25 automatic that are predicated on using your foot for things instead of just being like, your fist is garbage, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's not. Oh.
Yeah. Tony Morgan comes in.
You're playing Mickey McGlenn there, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a little tough.
Next up, we got All Reliable. This is the card that when you look at it, you go, wow, that's All Reliable right there. Faustian Bargain, Easy Mark, and Lucky Cigarette Case 0. Specifically 0. Also, our word is law. If you disagree, I'm sorry. Like, we're deciding everything here.
You can put in the comments, but we won't care.
I voted for Faustian.
Yeah.
Faustian, right. Travis, and Easy Mark. I mean, we kind of basically just talked about these cards, but...
I did think about Easy Mark in that, like, it is different. I think Faustian is a stronger economy card, but Easy Mark does a lot more for smoothing out your deck.
I mostly voted for Easy Mark because, like, the Arkham parents are going to be like, what the fuck, you put this kid in twice?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
and
true.
We're going to be like, whoa!
Easy Mark has definitely been an reliable in my mind for our draft challenges as well. Where you're like, my deck has bad cards. I can take three of them out for money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucky Cigarette Case, I think, would have got the edge from me if the Jellyfish Egg didn't exist. And because of this, I don't ever play with it anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of like...
Yeah, it's tough for a cigarette case.
I mean, like, I think also that there is, like, I mean, cutting Lucky Cigarette Case 3 out of the conversation. Like, I think, like, Garrote Wire is also something that's, like, good to upgrade into, right? There's also, like, the Red Clock. So, like, there's a lot of things to upgrade into as well.
There's a lot of good rogue cards that can exist in your accessory slot.
Yeah, and I mean, even a lot of good cards in your splash, too, that sometimes don't make the cut. I think it's still very good, obviously, for just drawing cards.
Faustian Bargains, like, even if I'm playing an investigator that can play it, I'm like considering it, even if it's like a Dunwich investigator, or if I'm like looking at like a Mandy deck or something like that, I'm like, I could play this and then I can just play good cards that synergize in my color instead of economy.
Yeah, it's just like it solves that. All right, worst card. These ones are always fun. We gotta shit talk a little bit. So we have the Switchblade level 0, which is just fast, and if you succeed by 2 or more in this fight, action deals +1 damage. We have Let God Sort Them Out, which if you deal 6 or more, if you kill 6 or more defeated enemies with 6 or more total health, you can get some victory at the cost of an action and a card. And then we have Blackmail File, a new card that just came out of Hemlock Vale, which is Test Brain X, where X is the enemy's printed health. If you see that enemy disengages from each investigator and gains aloof until the end of the round. It's just chillin'.
Okay.
Wow. Travis and I voted for Blackmail File, and Bryn voted for Let God Sort Them Out. And I know you're probably thinking, why? Why? And there's one reason. It's because I actually got XP off this in Dunwich Legacy in the first scenario fighting the Conglomeration of Spheres. So at that point, as Tony Morgan, I was like, okay.
Yeah, but you had to play it in order to tick a box on.
You're 100% right. It was part of my play all card challenge. You're 100% right. But at that point, I was like, you know what? Maybe there is one use case for this card, and it's specifically that one scenario.
So the reason I voted for Black Metal 5 is I looked at these, and I was like, Switchblade does damage sometimes.
Works playable in Dexter too. Yeah, playable in Dexter.
Like God Sort Them Out, it has a million hoops to jump through, but it's a tactic I could play in Mark. Also gives me additional experience. Like, all those things are things I could want. I read Blackmail File, and I don't want to do this. Like,
you do if you're Alessandro Zorzi. Because you need to keep that enemy alive and get it away from your teammate for a thing later.
I don't want to do this. I'd rather just not play this card in my deck and engage and evade it.
Yeah.
Evade it.
I mean, like I will say in all fairness...
I don't totally disagree with that. I think, like, stealth is a better way to do this exact thing.
Yes, yeah.
Like, just like, cool, I engage it, I play last, it's gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah, for the amount of times that comes up, I would rather, like, spend the 2 actions to engage and evade it than have to spend 2 money and play this card and also activate its action and do a brain test every time I want to do it.
What do you mean? Next thing you're going to tell me that green investigators are mostly bad at brain?
They are.
Fuck. It's so bad.
Mostly.
Yeah. No, I will say that one play of like God Sort Them Out is doing so much heavy lifting because I use that experience to then take the card out. So...
Wow.
Yeah. You had to buy Easy Mark.
Yes, bro.
To get rid of the cards.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but no. We unfortunately our votes are law. We are a democracy here. All right. Now we're gonna go to Best Ally. So we have Leo DeLuca, Chuck Fergus 5, and Lola Santiago. I'm not even gonna. You know who I'm voting for. Like, there's.
I don't think your vote matters for this one, Brendan.
Yeah, no, that sounds like democracy to me.
Spurs past the post, sorry, buddy.
Very rarely do people agree with me about things.
See, so funny that was number 1. I was like, what? Yeah, like I'm voting for. Hey, peer pressure.
The winning side. I mean, I think she's also stronger than Chuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you asked me this question, like, I don't know, 3 years ago, I would still probably be like, Leo's like real fucking good, and he is.
Yeah.
He is. 6 money's a lot, though.
Yes. Yeah.
And, like, he doesn't actually make you good at things. He just lets you do more things.
Yeah. Yeah. We all voted for Lola. But yeah, I kind of agree. Like, Leo, I think, is like one of those guys that you kind of just... Like, he's still always good. Every time I play Leo, I'm still like, I'm really enjoying these extra actions.
Yeah, action's nice.
But then, like, it's one of those things where, like, he scales out of the game, like, as you go, like, later into it.
Because you have to be good now.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't just throw a million tests at a thing and see what sticks.
Yeah, and then, like, with Lola, like, she's always good because you'll, like, get the stat boosts, and then you'll be able to just, like, start buying clues and just start, like, picking up the pace as well.
If Lola was in the game, it'd probably cut, like, the number of viable cloovers in Rogue in half.
100%, yeah, 100%.
Like, she's hard carrying that part of the class.
Yeah. Chuck is also very good, though. But the only thing is, the problem with Chuck, and then again, it's a little bit softened by Friends in Low Places.
Is that it doesn't work without it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, did you get him? No? Okay, well, you're gonna... Like, the number of game days I've had where someone's brought a Chuck deck, and, like, they're still able to perform, but you can just see they're, like, losing value, right, by not having them there. It's like...
They didn't play the cards they're supposed to find them. They should play, like, Calling in Favors and stuff, too.
Hello, this is... I mean, Calling in Favors is great ally tutoring.
It is.
Yeah.
I think Leo's going to see a little bit more play for me with, like, Drowned City cards. Because there's that skill that you can trade for a level 0 card from your collection and play it for free.
Yeah.
Free is a lot less than 6.
It is a lot less than 6. Yeah.
It's a lot less.
All right, now we're going to go to Most Improved, the card that is most improved since we first started talking about it on this channel. Joey the Rat Vigil. This guy likes to buy your garbage, and he'll pay premium for it. We have Switchblade 2. This was mostly, like, pretty much improved by, like, Leo Anderson, and then but Tony Morgan took it to the moon.
Yep.
And then we have Henry Wan, who we used to say was... I mean, you could probably find videos. We used to shit-talk this guy all the time.
This
Because he only has one health. He's like, an arrow, I guess I'll die.
That's not why I should not.
I voted for Joey the Rat.
That's fair.
So did Brandon and Travis voted for Henry.
I voted for Henry because I had a great experience with him one campaign. And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Joey the Rat is like probably kind of broken though.
Yeah, he went from like literal 0 to hero here. I think like his level 0 is it's not good.
No.
But like being a 2, soaking like costing 2 and soaking 3 and 2 is
just because like very
awesome.
good.
Huge.
Yeah.
And then his abilities might not seem broken, but they
definitely
are.
It is. Like,
Yeah,
I remember when you
definitely
played the, because we first saw Joey the Rat at the table, the upgraded version, when you did that Tony Morgan deck, when you would, like, sell guns and buy guns and just, like, keep putting that out there.
Yeah.
And it was very fun and cool, right? At this point now, I think,
Despite being a Tony Morgan.
Yes.
Impressive.
It's, but now, like, there's some, like, crazy shit you can do. Like, I built this, it's a Jenny deck, so it's not going to be great, right? But the idea is that you buy and sell the masks over and over and over again because you can like sell them at instant speed, play a new one, use it for the test, sell it, buy a new one, like return it back to your hand with scavenging.
It's kind of neat.
And like as we often say, anything that says like you can activate during a lightning bolt window is like on watch to be like you're going to break something one day,
especially
potentially.
if it doesn't exhaust.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't exhaust or specify like I don't know.
Once per round,
or once per phase, or
Yeah.
You just do this whenever you want, as much as you
just
want.
Just like how, whenever you feel like
I know that one.
Like,
sure. And also big shout out to the person who once asked, "Can you use it on any item?" Which is, I think, we still don't know.
I personally choose to believe that you may only discard cards
you control. I agree. That's but
like if I get like a straight jacket, I can't return Travis's cards to his hand.
Yeah.
If I get hit by corrosion, I can't discard Justin's cards.
You would if you could though, right?
Like all your 0-costed cards to fulfill the criteria.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
All of them.
Yeah. But I do like the idea of Joey coming in and just being like, I'll take that and that and that, even though that can't be how it works.
You're like
He's
playing
like, what if
there's the things that are like on the slider or whatever, and you're just selling them.
Give me that. I'll take that dynamite. Give me that shortwave radio.
Up there, and the Joey player's like, no problem, guys. Not a concern.
Yeah, not a concern at all.
I'll take 10 money.
Sometimes he's like, wow, that trash can lid stopped a bullet?
That was
crazy.
That was a great deck idea. That was a great deck idea. For that one, it was the improvised shield from Survivor. Travis played in a Bob deck that Bryn helped cook up. You can find actually the deck list on our Patreon if you go join. You can find it in there.
Wow.
Yeah. It was that deck was. There's a fine line between madness and genius, and that's where I strive to live.
Hell yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. All right, we now have most outclassed. So this is a card that at one point was like a super staple in the rogue class, but at this point it's like, well, probably still good, is like less good than it was now. It's outclassed.
Oh,
is this the one?
No, this is not the one, no. I mean, I hope it is.
That would be a...
so for reference, Travis voted Lone Wolf, I voted Lockpicks, Bryn voted Leo DeLuca. I think we had great nominations for this category.
I think this one was actually probably some of our best.
Mm-hmm. All right, most outclass is going to be Lone Wolf with 49% of the vote.
It's like they don't even understand what they're talking
about. Travis, you won, so why don't you go first?
So Lone Wolf used to be one of the only options for level 0 economy for Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
You had this, and you had, I'm not going to count emergency cash.
Because that's not really fair.
Everybody gets that one. So you had this, and you had, nothing for a while.
You could play Jenny.
You could play Jenny. You could
Skid's
play the
star.
decorated skull.
You could do that.
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of economy.
Decorated skull is sick.
Not really. But yeah, now why would you play this when you can play Scrimshaw Charm or Faustian Bargain?
Because I can play the decorated skull and try to get you, kill you with dynamite to pay for my next dynamite.
Easy Mark is like basically level 0. Like you have Griff now, you have Sneak By. Like there's just so many other options that this is
this one is still pretty free. Like, you don't really have to do too much work to make it go.
You're not right. You're not wrong. It's not like a bad card, but everything else is just so much better than it now. I feel like.
Yeah, more efficient.
Yeah, like when you need that money, you need it. You typically, if you want that economy, you're not necessarily looking for drip economy. You're looking for burst economy.
No, I'm looking to have 5 money on my family
inheritance every turn.
Every turn. Yeah.
I mean, this will do that. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
It is also good with stylish code. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I actually put Lone Wolf because I haven't played Lone Wolf in forever, but I put it in an Ash Campete deck. That's a well-connected Ash Campete deck, and it's actually working much better than I thought it was going to. And I agree, it's not great, but like it's not bad. But I would never think of playing it. But I was like, maybe I'll try it in this deck as my fifth fifth splash card.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like one resource to play, and then an action, and then you have to like. It's like your next turn you get the resource back, and then the next turn you get the action back and the resource, and then you start getting profit off it, and it's fine if you're playing on turn 1 or 2 of a.
But yeah, late in the
20 scenario.
Yeah, late in the scenario, it commits for a foot. That's what it does.
Yeah.
So it does sneak by too.
But it's one of those things where just like everything else is like Rogue was the economy class without like the cards for it, not at level 0, and this is what you kind of had to play, and now you don't have to.
You'll pay for experience for money, right?
Yeah. I voted for Lockpicks. I think still Lockpicks is very good, but like this was such a game changer when it first came out. Like it was insane, and I think now at this point there's ways that you can get clues that you don't need to rely on Lockpicks to do it as much.
I used to play Leo in my ally slot for I don't know how many years. It was just like he was the only ally in the game. I haven't played Leo in like I don't know 3 years, 4 years now.
Who else were you gonna play? Dario?
Yes.
Henry Wan?
That piece of shit.
Yeah, we hate Dario here. He didn't even get mentioned. Didn't even get into the signing the yearbook on the side of the page. I put the decorated skull in over him.
That's a good one.
It's not even an ally.
Yeah.
All right.
I do believe it can talk, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Most rogue card. The card that kind of just most personifies the rogue class. We have Ace in the Hole, Double or Nothing, and All In.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, all right. I voted for Double or Nothing, and Travis and Bryn voted All In. I'll start Double or Nothing. It just is the card that I think about the Rogue class because it's like
because you can't play it anymore.
It's also just like to me the Rogue class is if you play it fair, it's fine to okay to not good. But if you try to do the broken shit in the Rogue class, it becomes over the top. Crazy, and I think that personifies Double or Nothing. But I think All In's a great choice too. So.
I would vote for Double or Nothing if it made you resolve the negative effects twice if you failed. Because I mean, like you're doubling your bet.
Yeah, you gotta double your losses
too. But it doesn't do that.
No.
But yeah, All In is very similar to that. And one of the cards that taught them that you need to remove cards from the game.
Yeah.
After you use them.
I mean, only if they draw like a shit fuck ton of cards, or they do something that otherwise could break the
game
or whatever.
Yeah, it took them a while to learn that, but they did. We're there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a 5 experience card, and we're like drawing 5 cards, and it relies on how much you succeed by, and like you are all in. It wants you to commit all your shit to this test, and it rewards you a lot for doing it.
I voted for this one because the first time I saw anyone play it was Travis, and he was cheating.
It's a shame we haven't caught Bryn with one of those yet, because he's caught each one of us with one once. So yeah.
That's because I don't let you see the back of my envelope.
All right, now you guessed it. We go from most to least rogue card. Blackmail file was returned. We also have Friends in Low Places and Tony Morgan himself. Yeah, he's a rogue.
Tony Torgan.
But is he? That's the question we're going to be answering here. Least rogue card. All right.
Oh, is this the one?
Ooh! A three-way tie. I voted Blackmail, Travis, Friends in Low Places, Bryn, Tony Morgan. I'm pretty sure it's Tony Morgan. It is, yeah.
Moni Torgan.
No, with 57% of the vote, rounding up.
I like that the part of the pie chart that's him is blue because that's the color he actually is.
Yes.
So.
Why Friends in Low Places, Travis?
This isn't really a rogue card. Digging whatever you want out of your deck isn't really their thing. And I can't remember if I talked about this in a video that is coming out later this week or not, but I do think that classes should be able to, like, they should have the ability to search their decks just for specific things. Like, rogues should be able to search for illicits and criminal and tricks or whatever. Like, their classes sort of keywords. Being able to dig out anything is weird to me, especially with it, like, being friends in low places. Like, why would your friends in low places be able to dig out the red clock for you? That's like something that someone probably very rich and powerful would have.
Yeah, so in this case, like, you're trying to dig out the red clock. It's currently in transit to a museum in Arkham. One of your friends is a hooker who is sleeping with the director of the museum, and you're like...
Oh, does his wife know?
His wife doesn't know.
Oh, God!
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want that clock.
Yeah.
No, it just doesn't make sense to me that you can pull out kind of anything. Even with the customizable things that don't really make it any more roguelike to me. And I mean the art too, like, I get that they're like, oh, these high society people are like scumbags or whatever, or you're getting it from criminals who are like well dressed, but it doesn't look like they're friends in low places. Those look like high society types.
Yeah, I am kind of because I'm kind of curious how this card would feel flavor wise too if it was like specifically for like illicit or criminal, that kind of stuff too. Because I mean, like, I think like the idea is here is that like if they wanted to like have a way to get rituals, but they wanted it to be like limited to like rogues. But even then, I think it I agree, it kind of feels a little bit weird.
It would be neat if it was like criminal or illicit, and then the customizable stuff was like you can play it as part of the action, or you can put it in a play for free and pick it up at the end of your turn, or maybe you can like play it at a discount, or I don't know. There's a lot better rogue things I feel like they could do with that. So.
I went for Blackmail File because to carry on what we said earlier, like, I don't imagine myself playing this at all. Like, it's a brain. Like, it's
So
it just
this is the only green card you don't imagine yourself playing.
pretty much. Like I said, I played Let God Sort Them Out, and I'd play it again in Dunwich coming in as Tony or like Mark. I probably would. Because like you put 5 damage on, kill that guy, spend another action.
Especially
just get free experience.
You just evade him or whatever, and then hit him next turn.
Yeah, and he only hits for 1 and 1. That's like a card in Mark, which might be the card that draws my Let God Sort Them Out.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. This one it's a weird one to me. And Tony Morgan.
Yeah, he's just like a blue character.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He does.
Yeah.
So I didn't vote for Tony Morgan because I think he is a rogue character. Like, if I told you there was going to be a combat character in Rogue who kept up an efficiency by getting extra actions and getting money for killing guys, that's Rogue things. He probably shouldn't have the 5/5.
Yeah, this is the thing of this. The stat line definitely is like
the stat lines was off about him.
Yeah.
But like that's Rogue stuff. He's a bounty hunter. He's someone he's a basically a police outside of the law.
Thematically, he definitely fits. I think mechanically. I mean, well, mechanically, I think like his kit is still very Rogue. The extra actions, the resources. His stat line though, kind of just.
Kind of fucks it up.
Yeah, if it was like 4, like that would be like their cap. You know, like I think that would be like it would still be like he'd be better than the other ones, but he would be like not as Tony Morgan.
Or like a 1-3-4-3, or like a 2-3-4-3, something like that.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see how Michael McGlenn, because like
I think the only like Rogue 0 to 3.
Yeah.
Is like a pretty hard.
Yeah. But he gets like all the like all the guns too, which is going to be
like guns.
Yeah.
That's
but
what
like
you put in your deck.
I think like what makes Tony so good is that action and the like, because they have the very similar stat line. Like Michael McGlynn's stat line is juiced. Like he has a killer stat line. But like that extra action, I think, is where it really shines, right? Because 4 actions to kill a boss is a lot better than 3, right?
Yeah, no, also like guarantees that your teammates are safe, or lets you take down 2 4 health enemies in one turn, or it really just does push them over the top.
All right, let's keep this going with the best mechanic, and just imagine Lonnie Ritter here. Just imagine Lonnie Ritter.
I don't have a 4.
Yeah. She should be here. I've never been more disappointed when someone's like, oh. All right, mechanics. We have selfish. This is things where like I think examples of this are you handle this one, but even like Scrimshaw Charm in a way, right?
Where like or like I'll pay you back, whatever that one's called, or like the
you owe me one, but like played maliciously.
or like what's it called? Stupid black market. Like I'll take 5 cards from your deck and then play them all, please.
Yeah.
I'll take 5 cards from your deck and then I won't play any of them.
I'll play your unique ally.
But I'll take all your money this turn.
Yeah. Thank you. That's actually such a funny idea.
So
just like give me all that, buy all your stuff.
Money?
Yeah. We have firearm, succeed by. So this is like the Beretta here, but the Mauser, which we saw earlier, and then we got the stat combination, which is seen commonly in breaking and entering, cheap shot, lock picks. I'm gonna vote for the one that made me laugh the most because we were just talking about it.
All right.
I really like the selfish card. So Travis and I voted selfish. Bryn was stat combination. Yeah. I think it's also such a uniquely rogue thing, right? The idea of being selfish. Because like the true way to play you handle this one is you don't ask. You just like give it to your mystic.
Yeah, why would you ask?
Give the thing away. And I think that's just such a fun aspect of the rogue class that I think is just like I want to see more of it because I just think it's funny. It's like I think
it is really fun when you play. Like I can definitely see how some play groups wouldn't enjoy it as much, but it is very like if we sat down to play and someone was playing, I'll pay you back later, whatever it's called again. Be like, I'm taking your money this turn, and they're just kind of like, oh, I was gonna use that, but like shit.
Yeah. There's like that
just think that's funny.
That dilemma, that Heed the Dream in Survivor, where you like put piles together. I'd love to see a rogue version where you just gotta like put them in your own zone and like, these are my cards now. You basically just like borrow cards from everybody. Yeah. It's like the opposite of teamwork in Guardian, right? And like as we know, teamwork's fun to build around, and I think selfish, that kind of thing, can also be really enjoyable as well.
It's also very fun to like vaguely screw over your teammates within the bounds of the game, and they like can't seriously complain about it because that's like part of the card pool, so you can play with.
I would complain about it if you took all my money and then did nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, but that's just me. That's just
pass all
griefing,
my
though.
actions go.
That's actually you get one back at the end. You get all my money back at the end, but that is actually just griefing. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not really.
I like I think Rogue has a lot of cool mechanics. We had a big list for this one that they had to. I think this is the one that had the 3-way tie. Stat combination, I think, is like the
so close then.
The stat combination. I think there's a lot of cool stuff too. I also like the succeed by return to your hand. I kind of wish Mystic didn't go into it. But I understand that like Mystic and Rogue actually share a lot of like design event synergy, right?
I do like that, and having like Sophia be the convergence between
the two.
Yes,
I think that is nice, yeah.
Like that is kind of what they're kind of making that her thing.
Yeah. But I really like that part of the Rogue stuff too, because then you also get to like, you have that interesting question where it's like when repeating events, like how do I get the money? I'm the Rogue class. That's kind of like what I can do. And I think that's really neat.
Yeah. I just think that combination is like, the cards that do it all feel incredibly fair.
Yes. Yeah.
Without feeling like incredibly weak.
Yes. Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
Like,
cheap shots like so, but yeah.
But it's still like
it's good.
It's still pretty like
it
can be impactful in the right moment. But like breaking and entering is like that. Like it is like one of those cards. Like it actually just like it doesn't do like much, but it does so much.
It's a workhorse, man.
It's got a lot of words on it.
He's out there plowing the fields. He's not going to the market and selling stuff, but he's growing the crops. It's good.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have the best archetype. We have big money, which is exactly as it sounds. Get
Knight
money
of
big.
Swords?
Yeah, because they needed a moment in the sun, right? They needed a moment.
It's not ever going to get to be played anyplace else.
It has to be here, yeah. So
maybe in a sawn-off shotgun deck. But man, that's a lot of XP.
It's not sawn-off shotgun. It's not all in. It's not lucky cigarette case.
No, it's Knight of Swords. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We have to have equal representation. We need a Knight of Swords here. It needs its time in the sun before we forget about it for another 3 years. Knight of Swords is representing the Succeed by X archetype, which is just like a huge thing in the Rogue. Been there since the beginning with Switchblade. And then we have Hatchet Man, which is like evasion, foot matters as the thing. I'm voting for my favorite card in the game, Knight of Swords. All right, so Bryn voted for Big Money. I voted Succeed by X. Travis, Hatchet Man. Maybe this is the one that had the three-way tie. Let's find out. No, it was Big Money with 41% of the vote. Yeah, it was this one. Not a throw. Oh, no, this one did get ahead after this, but it was like 25, 25, 25.
Okay.
All right, so, Bryn, Big Money.
Oh, yeah.
You are the winner.
It's just like the cool one. Mm-hmm. It feels cool. You're good at everything.
Mm-hmm. It is nice to be like good at everything.
Like not all the time, but
like once
when you need to be.
Yeah.
I actually find Big Money archetype to be like painfully boring.
Yeah, that's because you don't got that dragon in you. Or you gotta grab all of the things.
I did. I played this archetype. All I heard was like, Travis, you're putting too many curse tokens in the bag. Yeah, Travis, why are you getting the clues? Travis, why don't you do anything except pass your Mythos phase test?
It's like real tough to watch your teammate put like oh geez, I can't put more curse tokens in the bag because they're all in there and then not use them for something. That's kind of tough.
I did use them for something. I was getting money to power my well connected. Thank you.
Yeah, but you could have got money without putting curse tokens in the bag too.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, like I know you couldn't because you didn't do it, but like.
I voted for Succeed by X, just because I think that it's a very common archetype. Everyone kind of gets like Succeed by X in all the pools. It's like just something that like they have. But I think Rogue continues to explore it in a lot of cool ways, like we saw with the guns, right? Like the guns are like essentially Succeed by X, like all in stuff like that, like where the cards you draw. Grift is another one that just came out recently.
Yeah, like Succeed by X is kind of like the payoff for all the other archetypes.
Yes, yeah, and it's one of those things where you find such cool, fun interactions that like matter for it. Like even just like when we're just like talking about breaking and entering, like that does so much for like, I think that's why I like the Rogue's design, especially recently, where it's like it also works for evasion matters, right? It also works for Succeed by X. It also potentially can some weird payoff for Big Money too.
Yeah, they do. They have been doing a good job tying all their archetypes together recently.
Can you like? I wish that Knight of Swords cost like not 3 XP to play in your deck, because that's way too much for what it does. And it only costs 3 XP because the rest of the cycle
costs 3 XP. Yeah,
and the rest of the cycle is worth 3 XP.
Yeah.
This one, not really.
Yeah, I wish I'd tweak those a little more.
Travis, evasion matters.
Yeah, this is like Rogue. In my head, Rogue is the foot class. And you use your foot to do the things.
Yeah.
And they are, so this is like also the one that's unique to Rogue to me. Like Big Money, no other class really hoards it, but they all have to use money for things, which is basically Big Money is. You're just like using it for your well connected or your money talks or whatever instead of spending it on assets and events. Succeed by X wants you to succeed tests by a lot, which is something that you want to do when you're playing the game usually. But evasion matters. There's very little of that in the other classes. There aren't really this like what belongs to Rogue.
Yeah. It's like that and like a little bit of Survivor, but it's like
like Survivor gets a little bit of it,
but not to the extent that Rogue does. Because I mean, like that's why I like putting Hatchet Man here, because I think it's such a cool way of showing that evasion matters in the Rogue class.
Hatchet Man is a very well designed card. It's also practiced.
It is practiced.
Yeah, it's one of the few.
Lucius. Practice makes perfect. Evade the guy. Use your occult lexicon. Deal 2 damage. Get a clue as well because he's succeeded by 2 while evading.
Deal 3 damage with your lexicon.
Oh yeah, deal 3. Yeah.
4. No, you can't play the upgrade one. Rogue?
He can.
Isn't he?
He's Seeker 05.
Oh, I thought. Yeah, okay. No, I had him. It was Trish in my head. Yeah, no.
That seems like a cool deck. That seems kind of neat. All right, keeping this going with the best silver bullet. This is the card that, I mean, I hate summing up these ones that are like obvious, but someone might be like, what do you mean by silver bullet? It's like it kills a werewolf. So whatever one of these cards kills a werewolf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes it kills most other things too,
but it's really good at werewolves.
it's like real good.
We have You Handle This One, I'm Out of Here, and Savant, which I think are all great silver bullets, but this one is easily my vote. Easily.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Three-way! All right, we all voted for I'm Out of Here.
This one definitely kills a werewolf because the werewolf is no longer a problem, and if you can't see it, it must be dead.
Exactly.
If you gotta kill a Rougarou,
Yeah.
if you run faster than the Rougarou can run,
It's dead. Yeah, for all
might
intents
as
and
well be
purposes,
dead
yeah.
as far as you're concerned.
Yeah.
You'll never hear about it again.
Yeah.
No, not ever.
Yeah, this is a card that is so good when you need it to be.
Yeah,
like it's insane.
Sometimes you got to get out of an asylum and you're stuck horribly in the basement. And,
Yeah, got to get out of a temple that's like
cool.
collapsing around you. Yeah.
You handle this one and Savant, and both like are very good when you need them to be, but they fix lots of problems. I'm Out of Here fixes one.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And it's so
But
good
it
at
does
it.
it so
Yeah.
good.
I do enjoy like everybody's running to get out of the temple while it collapses, and you're like, I just took the side door.
Yes. There's a door right here, guys.
Guys.
Next time we play Forgotten Age, you gotta play an I'm Out of Here deck. I'll play a Luke deck, and we'll just like
That'd be
Go
so
like
funny.
Justin.
That'd be so good. That would be something. All right.
Show a lot of snakes there.
Next up, we have the best gambling ad. So we got 21 or Bust, Henry Wan, and watch this. There's one thing we know about rogues: they love to gamble. Hey, Travis, watch this. Oh, we split the vote. So Travis was Henry Wan. Again, want to get that accolade. Brandon was 21 or Bust, and I was Watch This. Let's see if I've brainwashed the patrons enough. Let's go!
Hey, Travis.
That's we mean anyone's the second most or the
The
least.
least he got one.
An important
vote.
part of a gambling addiction is your ability to like repeat the behavior.
Yes, yeah.
And Henry wants you to do that every single turn.
Yeah.
An important part of gambling ads these days is a celebrity who's out of money.
Yes, yeah. And Henry Wan is the
and needs to work
perfect.
for your company.
That's fair too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do think that Watch This is. So this is unfortunate that it won, but I had to vote for it because you gotta back up your bros, right?
Yeah.
But I think it is actually the least gambling of these three cards.
It is. Yeah. You
Like,
don't do it when you're gonna lose.
21 or Bust and Henry Wan are both literally gambling. They're both push your luck mechanics. So sorry for ruining the. But, I wasn't expecting the patrons to.
Well, no, that is a good gambling ad because you're like, watch this. This is gambling. You're like, we're gonna succeed every time.
Yeah, it is so sick. Yeah, it's like you are guaranteed to win.
And like you like that, you might want to try 21 Bust or Henry Wan, and then they do and they lose.
Yeah.
And
You're like, well, yeah, that's the cost. That's the cost.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd pick 21 or Bust because it's literally in a casino.
Yeah, it's literally actually just playing blackjack in Arkham. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I think we're on to our last. Nope, we have two more after. We have one more after this. This is the most fun card. The card that is the most fun to play. We have Black Market, Dirty Fighting, and 3 aces.
I just love Black Market guy's face.
Oh yeah.
Did I suggest to put one of these in here?
Yeah, you did.
Oh shit.
Which one was it?
I don't remember. We're gonna vote for you.
Brent and I did Dirty Fighting. Travis, Black Market.
Yeah, I don't really actually think any of these cards are all that fun to play, but Black Market guy looks like he's having a great time.
He's having a great time.
He's having a great
Black
time.
Market is very fun to play like the first time you play it, but then especially playing a campaign, it happens like twice every scenario. Like, oh, man.
Yeah, so like most of the time when I see somebody else do it, it's like Justin, and he's like, unplayable card, unplayable card, unplayable card. Okay, your deck,
It is
unplayable card.
extremely
And I'm like,
fun.
this is hilarious.
But
Yeah.
yeah, 3 aces like feels good when you do it, but Rogue I feel like doesn't have the resources to consistently put it together.
You just draw them and then commit it to a test late in the scenario after you have to discard a part of your hand at random because ants ate all your food.
It's very fun in the gambling Mandy deck where you can
yes.
them and then you play your practice makes perfect. And you're
practice
like,
makes perfect,
baby.
or what I loved. I had a Winifred deck where I played
Practice makes perfect 2 cards.
Yeah.
Where I played Daredevil. That's also fun. Where you're just like you put 2 in. Like, do I get my 3rd on this Daredevil?
Yeah.
Let's find out. Like that's also really fun.
No, Bryn's right. You commit 1 3 aces and then play your practice perfect Mandy.
It's fine
like,
too.
it's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, that is pretty sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went for Dirty Fighting because it opens up so much things to explore in the rogue class. It's kind of just really fun to be like, wait a minute, this is actually really sick. And it's fun, like with the 25 automatic that I voted for earlier, get to shoot twice when you evade an enemy, right? Like, it's just a lot of value and just a lot of cool stuff. And then it also opens up guns for people who are shit at guns, right? Like, read not Tony Morgan.
Not Moni Torgan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to tell me that it wasn't fun to like sweeping kick that guy and then spray him with the machine gun?
Like, that was fun, I guess.
Because that was sick as fuck.
It was,
but it was not as fun as My Black Market. That was horrible.
Yeah, that's true. I could have also just done that if I played, like, fucking, like, Mark.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I mean, this is a green card, level 2. It's not a tactic.
No, I could have just played sweeping kick and, like, then shot him with a machine gun as
but
Mark.
that costs two actions, not 1 actions.
Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't have had to pay 3 money and 2 experience on this card. I could just do it.
I'm sorry, we're upset about having to pay resources for our cards now?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, there's a run, Bryn, that you and I should do. When
buddy.
Travis is gone, it's like your deck can only have like 1 cost in it. Wow, that would be fucking terrible.
That would be terrible.
That'd be down to dry it though. That would be miserable.
It's me skills.
Yeah.
Skills only. No god. Blank cost. Dash.
Yeah. Well, you could also play. There's other dash cards too. There's so many options, skills, and then those 3 cards.
And research cards that you couldn't research.
Permanents? Yeah. Wow. Mm-hmm. All right. Our last 2 categories, we got the best rogue investigator. We got Trish Scarborough, Tony Morgan, and Preston Fairmont as our options. I'm just going with what was the highest rated on our tier list video. I'm just going for all 3 of us. I looked at the stats. I know who we should vote for. What the frick?
It was between Tony and Trish.
Oh yeah,
It's very
definitely,
close. I thought about Preston a little bit, but I think Tony's just like a stronger investigator than Trish, and I also kind of like convinced myself that he's a super rogue flavored investigator.
So you're sticking to your guns, yeah. Yeah.
All right. All right.
Wow, Trish.
I would have voted for Preston, but he can't play illicit cards.
That was also why I was like,
piece of card pool right now. So
he's not the
it's not
criminal.
Yeah.
Rogue.
Yeah, I do enjoy playing Preston and then like employing a bunch of criminals.
Yes.
They're like, you can't do that, and you're like, what Mr. Joseph Vigil gets up to in his own time is his business. He works in acquisitions for my family.
Mr. the Rat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Trish is like very, very strong and quite a rogue investigator, but I don't know, it's just getting extra clues is like too. It's like not. It's too functional for the rogue. I know. You know.
Yeah.
Too efficient.
Sorry. Yeah. So like fighting with 5 base punch is not too functional. All right.
Yeah.
No, I mean you're also right. I don't know, man.
I went with Tony
because choice. No one's looking at me.
Yeah, that's true. I went with Tony because we all gave him S tier, so I just had to follow through with that because he's just a very good fighter. He's very good. All right, but now we get to end with everybody's favorite category, the worst rogue investigator, with Skids O'Toole, Jenny Barnes, and Monterey Jack. And you know what's actually so funny? So normally for when we do these, we do one that's like, we always do the Edge of the Earth one because they're not actually that class. But when you said Monterey Jack, I was like, yeah.
He sucks.
So it's just like, he's pretty bad. I completely forgot about the joke associated with him.
I'm looking at these guys. I'm like, these guys all are awful.
Yeah, so I like that. I forgot about that. I'll remember it for the other
Travis, this is your new main.
Yeah, you're gonna have to play him again coming up soon.
I was pointing at Skids. You can't see it because you like obviously you can't see the same perspective that I do. That's not where the camera is.
Yeah. And when Travis was helping me put away cards before we started recording today, he put Skids away and said, "Goodbye. I hope I never have to see you again."
Yeah, so.
But unfortunately, you do. I voted for Jenny. Ooh, Monterey Jack. Very nice. I voted for Jenny. I hate her. I hate her. I hate her guts. I want her to die. If they deleted her from the game, I'd be happy. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I hate all three of these investigators. If I never have to play any of them, that would be good. Jenny's boring as hell. Skids, I've played more Skids in the past 2 months than I ever want to again. Monterey Jack, though, is not a rogue. He is a seeker investigator, and if I wanted to play a seeker investigator, I will play a good one.
All right, Travis.
Instead of like the Ursula upgrade.
Yeah, I was gonna
play like a level 0 seeker deck.
Gun to your head, Ursula or Monterey Jack. You have to play campaign. Who do you choose?
Parallel Monterey.
Yeah, you're like bullet brain on the wall. That's what I choose.
Shoot me.
Yeah, I voted for Monterey Jack because he's not actually a rogue investigator. He is in fact a skeleton pretending to be a human. Clearly. You can tell.
Actually, he does look incredibly gaunt. Yeah.
He's like, I haven't eaten in 16 weeks. And you're like, that's not possible.
That's a lot longer than you should have said there, buddy. All right. Well, good job, Monterey Jack. You are the worst rogue investigator. And that is the end of our yearbook video, but it's only the start of Rogue Week. We have 6 more videos coming your way, starting with our deck building tomorrow. That's a weird way of doing that, but I approve. 6 more videos. Where Travis is tomorrow, as we now know, is going to be playing Skidzo Tool for the deck building. So
Oh yeah, YouTube time is weird. Sorry,
but don't worry, they saw the Safina black market in the thumbnail, so it's.
I had an awful time.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, so that'll be coming out tomorrow. But then we have a bunch of more videos coming your way. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one, and as always, a GG's.